Tottenham Hotspur star Heung-min Son has detailed his injury pain that he suffered for all of Tottenham's season. Stellini has described Spurs' season as problems and dramatic situations. Richarlison has spoken out about the Real Madrid links. Udogie and Skip have been selected to play at the Euro 2023 tournament with their respective countries. New contract for Robson and a first contract for Jaden Williams. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. This is another edition of Tottenham News, where I'll be going through all of the latest Spurs news, rumours and reports. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. Now let's start with a report from the Daily Mirror. All of the national outlets have covered this story today, all about Heung-min Son, and it states here, Son has detailed agonising injury pain he suffered for all of Tottenham's season. The Spurs forward has detailed the injury that caused him to underperform for so much of last season and the surgery he has had since to get back to his best. In the main report, it says that Tottenham star Heung-min Son has confessed he had to contend with pain as a result of a hernia injury for the entirety of last season. The news goes some way to explaining why Heung-min Son found it so difficult last term, with the South Korean international ending the campaign on a hugely underwhelming tally of just 6 goals last season. In the opening 18 games of the league season, Son bagged just 1. Whilst on international duty, Heung-min Son has come out and said the following: I wondered a lot if I should even make this public, but I struggled with pain all season. I played through it for 8 to 9 months, but couldn't go on anymore. So I made the decision finally and underwent surgery. Even for simple actions like passing or turning, every moment starts from your core muscles. That's exactly where my pain was. I was only able to do 60% of what you could normally do at 100%. Tottenham Hotspur Football Club confirmed on Wednesday that Max Robson has signed a new contract with the club that will run until 2025. Max made 19 appearances for the under-21s in all competitions throughout the 2022-2023 season. Also on Wednesday, Spurs put out the following announcement. We are delighted to announce that Jaden Williams has signed his first professional contract with the club. Forward Jaden has been with us since the age of 6 and has maintained a good goal-scoring record throughout the year groups. The 2022-2023 season saw him register 12 goals in 22 appearances for our under-18s, including a memorable hat-trick away at Liverpool and our first game en route to lifting the under-18 Premier League Cup, while netting twice in 6 under-19 UEFA Youth League appearances. He also stepped up to play 10 times in all competitions for our under-21s, scoring his first goal at that level against Wolves last October. It has been confirmed that Oliver Skipp will be heading to the Under-21 European Championships with England this summer. Having initially been selected for a provisional squad announced back on the 24th of May, Oliver Skipp has now been named in the Young Lions final squad for the tournament, which will take place in Romania and Georgia. It has also been confirmed that Tottenham Hotspur left-back Destiny Udogie has been selected for Italy's Under-21 Euro 2023 squad. Destiny heads into the competition with 7 caps to his name for Italy's Under-21s. Whilst on international duty, Richarlison was asked about Real Madrid links. His reply was, Real Madrid links? Of course, every player wants to wear the shirt of Real Madrid. It is the biggest club in the world. But I have a club, I have a contract, I have to prove why they bought me for such a high price. But any player dreams of playing for Real Madrid. Former Tottenham Hotspur coach and former assistant to Antonio Conte at Tottenham, Christian Stellini, has spoken out about his time at Spurs and this season and said it was a difficult season. I think it was a season never experienced like this because it was crowned with 1,000 problems and dramatic situations. Ventroni's death was devastating for us, and with the World Cup in between, everything was difficult. Antonio Conte was also ill. It was also very complicated. It's a year that will help everyone for the future. Now, my thoughts on all of these stories in this episode. Heung-min Son, I tell you what, I do feel for Heung-min Son. He received so much stick from a lot of Spurs fans and a lot of football fans in general last year, particularly after the season he had, scoring all of those goals, becoming, the winner of the Golden Boot along with Mo Salah. It did seem like Heung-min Son really struggled last season. And now, of course, a lot of us understand why. He played through the pain barrier. I personally can't understand how he was allowed to do that, how he didn't have the operation sooner. The guy just wants to give everything all the time, and that's why I don't understand a lot of the time why Heung-min Son gets so much stick. If there's anyone that comes out and takes the blame, if there's anyone who always looks at their own performance before anyone else's, it's him. I absolutely love and adore Heung-min Son. I believe that he gives absolutely everything for Tottenham Hotspur. Now that he's had his surgery, hopefully we will get him back to his best. Hopefully we will see a much improved Heung-min Son for next season, especially under Ange Postecoglou, who of course plays fantastic, entertaining, free-flowing football. So I'm sure Heung-min Son will be heavily involved in that. Christian Stellini coming out and saying problems and dramatic situations. I tell you what, I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but Jose Mourinho, I feel a little bit sorry for, because most of his Spurs career was during COVID. Then Antonio Conte had so many issues, especially last season. He of course was ill himself. The death of Ventroni, the death of various other friends of Antonio Conte. It was a terrible time. It just seemed to be problem after problem after problem, and sad situations, deaths to very close friends for Conte. And of course, Stellini was trying to do his best at the football club. It proved that it wasn't going to work out with Stellini in the end. That Newcastle game, I will never ever forget it, being 5-0 down after 20 minutes or so. And I looked down at Stellini and just thought, you look at your depth. And even Ryan Mason was shouting at the time, telling him what to do. But of course, last season, for so many reasons, I could talk all day and night about the 2022-2023 season of, all the reasons why it went wrong. There are so many. And Stellini, in that interview, you can just tell that he's frustrated. And people like him and people like Antonio Conte, I don't think they're used to walking away from projects that they really want to be a part of and they want to be successful. Antonio Conte gave a bit of a dig yesterday in his comments that Spurs wanted to settle for less. They're just not used to losing. They're used to getting what they want, and they're used to winning trophies. And of course, Antonio Conte, Jose Mourinho didn't win any trophies at Tottenham, weren't successful at Spurs. And this is why I keep banging on about we need to do things differently as a football club, because I think that we need to probably support the managers a whole lot more than what we've done in the past. But Stellini saying problems and dramatic situations, I couldn't agree more, sadly. But when I look back at the two appointments, Jose Mourinho, I just feel like, had COVID not have happened and Jose Mourinho as manager, without all of that, it would have been different. And I think without all of the situations that Antonio Conte went through, I think that his time at Spurs would have been different as well. Now, Richarlison being linked to Real Madrid. I'll tell you what, Richarlison has had such a poor season, in my opinion. A big money move from Everton in the summer. Some people didn't like when we signed Richarlison. I was very excited, and I do believe that we are going to see the best of Richarlison next season under Ange Postecoglou. I hope so, anyway. Because one Premier League goal all season. I know, of course, he scored 2 in the Champions League against Marseille at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Great moments for him. But he needs to up his game. He needs to give absolutely everything. He needs to deliver next season. And hopefully when the season starts, the new Premier League season starts, hopefully he can get off to a very good start, scoring, assisting, and just doing what he does best. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit the subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you're listening to this on an audio platform, please do hit the follow button and leave a review if you can. I'll see you on the next one. Until then, come on you Spurs.